Hello everyone, welcome to my channel USA 90 Day Fiancé. Welcome to update new gossip. This once popular 90 Day Fiancé spin-off has gone from must-watch TV to a franchise killer. And honestly, I think it's time we pulled the plug. 90 Day Fiancé Season 1 debuted in 2014, following couples racing the K-1 visa clock. Its popularity led to spin-offs like Before the 90 Days, Happily Ever After, The Other Way, and more, thus creating a sprawling reality franchise. It's true what they say. Too much of anything can wear thin. I used to binge 90 Day Fiancé and its spin-offs regularly, hooked on the drama and wild love stories. But after so many spin-offs and familiar faces, the excitement started to fade. Feels like I've seen the same story play out over and over. Lately, I've found myself zoning out while watching a 90 Day Fiancé spin-off. The spark that once made the TLC reality show addictive is fading fast. The drama feels repetitive, and storylines drag on longer than they should. One particular spin-off might be the last straw. I'm seriously considering walking away from the entire 90 Day Fiancé franchise for good. The same old 90 Day Fiancé couples are wearing thin. I've watched these familiar faces go through the same tired drama for years. The breakups, makeups, and fake-outs don't surprise me anymore. I miss when the show felt real and unpredictable. Without new perspectives, it's hard for me to stay invested. The excitement that first hooked me just isn't there now. Meanwhile, The Other Way feels like a reset. I actually look forward to The Other Way because it flips the script. Watching Americans adjust to life abroad is a real challenge, and I love seeing how they adapt. The new couples don't know what's coming, which keeps me curious. Their journeys feel fresh, emotional, and way more engaging than the usual loop. The best part of reality TV for me is being surprised, and I don't get that from the same old cast on Happily Ever After. The Other Way brings real change and stories I haven't seen 100 times. I want drama, but I also want honesty and something that actually feels new. That's what keeps me watching. The cast often end up spoiling their own storylines on social media, even if they don't mean to. I saw Jasmine post about having her baby Matilda with Matt Brownies back in April 2025. But on Happily Ever After Season 9, she's not even pregnant yet. It feels strange watching her still act like she wants Gino, when in real life, she's clearly moved on and is enjoying life in Florida with Matt and their baby. Jasmine was the one who first spilled the tea about Gino dating someone named Natalie. She shared it in an Instagram story, saying they had already broken up. Jasmine also claimed he went on to date 2 Brazilian women. I even remember hearing about Gino's relationship with Kelly Wagner, which supposedly ended after he got exposed for messaging other women and body-shaming her. It made me wonder why the show keeps dragging out these already dead storylines. Now, seeing how Gino and Natalie's relationship plays out on TV feels totally out of touch. Jasmine's jealousy and even her physical fight with Natalie seem pointless when we already know it didn't go anywhere. I read Gino has moved on from Kelly too, and is filming again for 90 Day Fiancé. His storyline with Natalie feels tired and outdated to me. I watched Elizabeth and Andre talk about leaving Florida to move to his hometown in Moldova with their kids, Eleanor and Winston. Elizabeth seemed serious about it, even though her family wasn't supportive. By episode 4, they flew out to Moldova. It felt like she was hoping the visit would help her make up her mind. I watched when Andre threw that big party in Moldova to announce their move. Elizabeth looked so uncomfortable. She had been complaining about sharing a bathroom with his parents and the kids. She even admitted she couldn't understand Romanian and had no idea what Andre was saying during his speech, and it felt awkward to watch. I've followed Elizabeth and Andre for years, so I was never convinced they'd moved to Moldova on 90 Day Fiancé. US Sun reports that they built a huge 3,670 square foot home in Zephyrhills, Florida, back in 2022 for nearly $400,000 and are still living there. Honestly, it reminded me of Loren and Alexei's storyline since we all knew they weren't leaving either. There are 4 interesting and fresh-faced couples that I feel should be the ones to join 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After? Season 9, but I fear they will be passed over for the same played-out 4 couples. Happily Ever After is the 90 Day Fiancé franchise's first spin-off, and it has 8 complete seasons behind it. While the OG show originated in 2014, HEA came along in 2016. Che Season 8 ran from March 2024 until late August 2024, and it included an unprecedented 5-part tell-all. The couples featured in Season 8 were Angela Deem and Michael Ilesanmi, Loren and Alexei Brovarnik, Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo, Rob Warren and Sophie Sierra, Patrick Mendez and Thais Ramon, Emily Bieberly and Kobe Blaze, Big Ed Brown and Liz Woods and Ashley Michelle and Manuel Valles. Nicole and Mahmoud El Sherbaini were in the first few episodes of the spin-off, but they had an off-camera domestic violence incident that cost them a future on the show. While HEA Season 8 had some entertaining moments, it was largely a disappointment due to the same drama from the same couples. I knew what to expect from almost every cast member in Season 8, which made the season totally lackluster for me. In HEA Season 9, I would like to see a better range of couples with higher entertainment value over the played-out pairs, but I don't think it's going to happen. James and Mytalia Solis appeared on 90 Day Fiancé. The Other Way Season 6, as main native James moved to Mytalia's native Indonesia because Mytalia had a medical problem she wanted solved in her home country. They had already been married for 5 years. What made James and Mytalia's storyline so interesting was their consistent bad decision-making, Mytalia's constant tear-fueled meltdowns, and the couple's financial hurdles. They are currently living in the US again, and I think they made quality reality TV good enough to follow. Darcy Silva is an enigma in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Having made poor dating choices between Jessie Meester, Tom Brooks, and her now husband Georgi Rusev, Darcy's disheveled dating life has been shocking. Darcy's fast-moving intentions, penchant for dragging her daughters into her wayward situations, and the opinion of her twin sister, Stacey Silva, ever present, Darcy has never been a boring cast member. Now that she had a hand in the downfall of Stacey and her now ex, Florian Sukaj's marriage via 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2, and with her own marriage to Georgie in a questionable state, I'm certain Darcy should appear on Happily Ever After. Season 9. Mark Bissett and Mina Mack are current cast members on 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, and Mina is already standing out as a villain. Mina is coming across to me as a woman trying to elevate her status in life, and she's chosen Mark as her victim. Uninterested in fostering a relationship with Mark's family, and her drive to isolate him and get him to change everything to her liking, Mina is quickly becoming a shady figure like alum Jasmine Pineda. However, with that comes high entertainment value, and I think she and Mark should be featured on HEA Season 9 as their married life and family struggles unfold as Mina wants another baby. I witnessed Tiger Lily Taylor and Adnan Abdel Fattah become the breakout stars of Before the 90 Days Season 7. Their 19-year age gap, cultural differences, and Adnan's overbearing and controlling personality make them highly problematic and a couple I'd like to see more of. They became pregnant and had their first child together in 2024, and Adnan now lives in Tiger Lily's home in Texas as her third husband. Now that I've talked about the worthwhile 90 Day Fiancé franchise cast members who should be featured in Happily Ever After Season 9, I want to take a look at the likely pairs fans will see instead. While each of the aforementioned couples would be better choices to further the spin-off's appeal, I believe they will be foregone in favor of more long-standing couples. The franchise has proven their liking of these next 4 couples, even though it's not what I think is best. Loren and Alexei Brovarnik are 90 Day Fiancé OGs, having gotten their start in Season 3. Since then, they have appeared in several HEA seasons, and even got their own spin-off in After the 90 Days. While I love to dislike Loren for her influencer personality and ambitions, I think she and Alexei have given all the value they have already. Moreover, there were also rumors that Loren has a plastic surgery narrative in HEA Season 8 to get free procedures, which is not cool to me. Given Lauren's clout chasing and the couple's waning favoritism by myself and fans, they should be eliminated from future seasons, but I don't think we've seen the last of them. Emily's bossy demeanor and Kobe's penchant for entrapping himself with more children he can't support with Emily make the pair a red flag. While I originally liked to see their family dynamic and the ways Emily was using her parents for a free place to stay and financial support, I've grown exceedingly tired of their problematic life together. They have nothing new to offer the franchise, but the network seems to like their African/American cultural differences and blending. Angela Deem and Michael Ilisnami have been around the franchise since before the 90 Days Season 2, and continued their storyline on almost every spin-off. Michael moved to America in December 2023, but escaped Angela by February 2024, and has been living an American bachelor's life while Angela feels used and frauded with a deportation case in the balance. Since they've split, it would make more sense for each to be on the single life rather than HEA, since the network has insisted on keeping them around all these years, but I think they will get the spotlight on HEA once again. David and Annie have had a fairy tale life together, and while I've enjoyed seeing them beat the odds, I don't think they have enough value anymore to warrant them getting another HEA storyline. David has been spotted filming in Thailand recently, as they are living there in anticipation of their first child's arrival, but I'm hoping they are filming for there after the 90 Days spin-off. I would like to see more fresh faces on Happily Ever After. Season 9. But history denotes that these four-mentioned couples will likely reclaim their spots on the spin-offs over the better choices. In 90 Day, The Last Resort Tell-All Part 4, Natalie Mordovtseva showcased a different side to her that has me questioning what her true intentions are and if the reality TV star is really as honest as she claims to be. Natalie seemed to be an unpredictable canon on the most recent episode of the Tell-All, and her overall behavior was strange, ultimately making me hope that the star is done for good with the franchise. In truth, I thought Natalie was always a little over the top, and keeping up with her storylines was often challenging. One moment she wanted to marry Mike Youngquist, and the next she was leaving him in the middle of the night and living across the country. Her love life has only seemed to go downhill from there, especially since she began getting entangled with Josh Weinstein. Now that she's been in the franchise for about half a decade, I think her behavior has only become more uncomfortable, and her time to depart from the series is near. One concerning moment I had was when she ran up to Rob and congratulated him for seeing past Sophie's manipulation. This happened right after Sophie made an albeit outrageous claim about her estranged husband receiving money for performing sexual acts on another male. However, I've noticed Natalie rushing to the male's sides to be a recurring theme in most of her segments in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. In arguments, Natalie would rather poke at the women involved, which was especially the case during The Last Resort. During serious moments, Natalie would laugh, or she would disrespect the other women, like when she called Sophie lazy during group therapy. Then Natalie complains and often seems to have hurt feelings over not connecting with other women on the show. However, I think her swift decision to take the male's sides is off-putting and often makes her an outcast. On top of that, I was particularly surprised by her reaction, or lack thereof, to discovering Josh was dating someone else. In general, Natalie is a loose cannon and refuses to be discarded in any way. So I surely expected a much more alerting reaction to discovering Josh was dating Jen Pothast, the sister of another fellow 90 Day Fiancé star. Then I was further confused by her lies or gaslighting efforts to deny what occurred between them after the resort ended. Keeping track of what Natalie says and what the truth is has been difficult. But then I find her antics hypocritical, as she also grows frustrated with Josh gaslighting her and then does the same to others. I also think Natalie's tendency to flip-flop back and forth on her stories, and call others liars only to be caught in her own web of lies, has pitted the franchise women even more so against the Ukrainian woman. Overall though, I find her behavior and her segment on the Tell-All to be just odd. I think the 90 Day Fiancé star and her antics are overplayed on the series. She's been on the series for over 5 years now, and I'm ready for her to exit the franchise. She's just as unpredictable as ever, but Jen made a point. Watching Josh and Natalie interact on screen for years made it painfully obvious he wasn't truly interested in her. Maybe she would be much better off searching for love off-screen and outside the reality TV community.